Good morning. This is a convening of the Massachusetts Gaming Commission, agenda setting meeting number 173. I'm Jordan Maynard. I'm currently serving as interim chair of the Gaming Commission. This meeting is being held virtually, so we will do a roll call. I will note Commissioner O'Brien was unavailable today, so we will start with Commissioner Hill. Good morning, Commissioner Hill.
Good morning, I'm here.
Good morning, Commissioner Skinner.
Good morning.
It's approximately 10:03 a.m. on July 10th, 2024. We're going to start with some minutes. Commissioners, have we had time to review the minutes in the packet? All right, we were all present at both meetings, so I'm going to move on them together if you're okay with that. And if there are any corrections, we can make those. With that, I move that the commission approve the minutes from the June 12th and June 26th, 2024 agenda setting meetings as included in the commissioner's packet and discussed here today, subject to any necessary corrections for typographical errors or other non-material matters.
Second.
Thank you. Commissioner Hill?
Aye.
Commissioner Skinner?
Aye.
And I vote yes. 3-0. We're now going to go through the upcoming meeting schedule. So for that, let's go ahead and go page 3 of the packet. We have a meeting tomorrow. We have a union discussion meeting planned for next week. We have an agenda setting on the 24th of the month, an adjudicatory hearing for the 30th. And then we move into August. We have a public meeting on August 1st, agenda setting on August 7th. August 8th, we have an adjudicatory hearing on a non-compliance event schedule. We have an August 15th public meeting, a 21st agenda setting, a 29th public meeting. So we're going to have a lot of meetings in August. We're going to make up for I missed one in July. And then we have a September 4th agenda setting, 12th public meeting. The 18th, we have an agenda setting, and then that takes us into the end of September, with the 26th being our last public meeting. Commissioners, any questions at this point? All right. Understanding we could add some meetings, of course. All right. So we'll move on as team. Anyone from the team have any questions?
Mr. Chair, just to add, the 27th, we are tentatively holding time for adjudicatory hearings on a non-compliant sports wagering event. The 2 that were on the commission slate for BetMGM. So we can add that to the calendar as well.
27th of
September.
All right. Got that down. All right. So with that, we will move on to August 1st. Executive Director Serpa, good morning. Would you have an update?
Good morning, Chair Maynard. Yes, we plan to do one on the 1st.
All right. I know that Judy has sent some minutes around. So Judy, we will probably have minutes that day, correct?
That's right. We'll have a long set of minutes from December 14th, 2022.
Thank you. Legislative update, Commissioner Hill.
I would put one on just to have it there in hopes that I can give you an update on something. Please.
Okay. Councilor Grossman, do we have any regulations coming?
I don't believe we have anything for the 11th.
Okay. I will go to Andrew or Crystal for sports wagering.
Yeah, for August 1st, we'll have one item is a DraftKings void request for errors on some wagers.
Do you know when we're going to get that information?
We have the information, our division. I can share that with the commissioners.
All right, just the sooner the better. We can have some time with it. Is that okay, commissioners? Get that information. All right. Anything else, Andrew?
I would request, Mr. Chairman, maybe we can also set up some 2x2s.
Sorry, Chair, I had my days crossed. We actually do have 3 regulations coming back for final approval on August 1st. I apologize.
All right, so let's do this. Let me finish with Andrew. Andrew, do you think we can get some meetings on the books with commissioners to just give us
Certainly.
information? All right, thank you. Judy, let's go back to that regulations. What are we going to discuss that day?
So we have 3 racing regulations that are back from the State House, ready for final approval.
These were already discussed, Chair, and we had public comments, and so this is just for the final sort of stamp of approval, but they're all ready to go otherwise.
And the hearings have already happened and.
Correct.
So, all right, got it. Okay. That takes us back to number 6. Councilor Grossman, I've got that we're going to have some executive session minutes.
Yeah, Judy, do you have that information handy?
I do. I can share dates with Grace to update the meeting's agenda for the 1st, and we'll disseminate those around to Commissioner shortly.
Thank you. Director Vander Linden. Got a couple of issues. Thank you, Judy.
Yes, I do. We will be prepared for national voluntary self-exclusion discussion and presentation by Jonathan, and I can never pronounce his last name. But we will have a brief presentation by the president of ID Pair.
And what about a conversation about Gamban? Are we gonna?
I would like to move that under review, but I do have a few additions, and maybe you want to go through the full agenda before that, but I do have a few things to add.
So do you, well, if you want to add them to August 1st, we can certainly have that conversation right now.
Okay. Yes, so Gamban under review, I'd like to add the Massachusetts model for research, presentation, discussion, led by Bonnie. And then it would be the year-end GameSense report by the Mass Council. We're trying to get that on the agenda specifically for that date. It's the current COO, Chelsea Turner, who's been here on many meetings, is resigned. And I thought it would be good for her to have the year-end review.
Okay, so we'll do a mass model for research presentation discussion. I know I'm missing something in that.
So, no, that's right. That's exactly right. Mass model for research.
Yep. All right, and how long do you think these items are going to take?
Why don't we say, Bonnie, maybe 20 minutes, 15 or 20 minutes? It should be, they're always the famous last words, right? It should be pretty quick.
All right.
And the GameSense long, I'm looking at you, I would say maybe 30 minutes, 30 to 35 minutes. It's long on, he's there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's perfect. 30 minutes should be perfect.
And the national VSE, I would say 20 minutes seems about right.
So commissioners, are we good with adding those items? About an hour and 15 minutes. Mark will be with us on that day. Not enough, Mark. It's not long enough. All right, I'm fine with that. Looks like we'll get a lot of good information that day too from your division.
Yeah,
Director Vander Linden. All right. We go back quickly. Judy, do you know how long it should be brief, right? Bringing those horse racing regs.
I'd imagine it'd be quite brief. We've only received a couple of comments and there's no substantive changes to any of the regulations. So I would anticipate no more than 15 minutes.
Got it. All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you. Thank you for humoring me and going backwards. We are going to have a conversation about the wager limitations follow-up. I know that all the commissioners want to talk about potential questions, format, how we're going to run a show. So I imagine we're going to hold that. We have 30 minutes on for that. It could go a little over, but I thought that was a good marker. Thank you, Grace, for that. Are we good with that, commissioners? All right. Anything to add?
I do have one thing, Mr. Chair, that I just wanted to mention, if the commission is so inclined. The independent monitor matter may be something the commission wants to discuss. You'll recall, of course, the monitor presented its final report a meeting or two ago. I believe the condition was self-executing, so the commission doesn't really need to do anything, but if you are inclined to talk about it further, you might want to put that on the agenda.
We will hold that on the agenda. I would like to talk to Commissioner O'Brien about that too. So I know she's been an integral part of that issue from day one, and but we'll go ahead and hold some time for that, Councilor Grossman. And worst case scenario, we'll bump it. We have all kinds of meetings in August, but we'll let you know as soon as possible. Are we good with that, commissioners? All right. I saw Director Monahan's camera or mute go off.
So we have two sports wagering non-compliance matters that we believe will be ready for the August 1st meeting. So if there's time, they can go on that meeting. If it gets long, they can always move the meeting to.
Okay. Sounds good, commissioners. I always like to stay on top of those compliance matters. So when they're ready, we like to look at them. All right. Joe, did you have anything, Chief Delaney?
Nothing for the August 1st meeting.
All right. Does anyone else have anything else for that meeting on August 1st? Okay. If anything pops up before that, we do have another opportunity to get something on for that date. So we'll move on from August 1st. That takes us to August 15th. Dean, I'm going to hold the administrative update for you. Is that good? We also should hold meeting minutes, Judy, right? Legislative update, Commissioner Hill, in the middle of August. All right. Any regulations from the legal team coming on the 15th?
Let's see. Anything on the 15th, Carrie?
I can jump in there. No, we don't anticipate having any regulations on the 15th.
Okay. Thank you. Crystal, Andrew, anything on the 15th we're anticipating?
At this point, I don't have anything that we would anticipate. That could change.
Usually changes with sports wagering, so we'll hold some time there anyways, Crystal. Chief Delaney, review of CMF.
Yeah, as of right now, we're hoping that this date will work for that. We will have had our LCMAC meetings in advance of that, where we go over our policy questions, and we'll be doing the same with the commission then. I would budget an hour for that discussion. There are some substantial policy questions that we will need to discuss in some detail.
All right. Anything else for that date, Joe?
Yeah, I think we need to schedule quarterly reports for our licensees. I was thinking the 15th was good. I have not checked with our licensees yet to check their availability, but I guess maybe we could put a placeholder in for that. And again, if we do all three licensees at the same meeting, typically each one goes about 20 minutes. So again, I'd budget an hour for that.
All right, we'll hold that spot and you can let us know.
Yeah, I'm going to reach out to them today and say that, we've got to tentatively schedule. Let us know how that works for their schedules.
All right, thank you. Director Vanderlinden, I know that the AI working group is underway. You've put a lot of work into it. I'm assuming we'll be ready for an update on the 15th.
Yes, we'll be ready for that.
Great. Anything else you want to add to the 15th for your division?
I don't think we have anything on the 15th. We have a few things under review, but
All right. Carrie, the multifactorial authentication.
Yes, we should be ready to go on this on the 15th.
Great. I got to spend some time with Ohio yesterday, briefly. It's a great group of regulators there. So, all right. Virtually, that is. Anything else to add to the 15th? From the commissioners or the team? All right. Move to the 29th. So we have an administrative update by Director E.D. Serpa. I'm going to go ahead and hold that, Dean. Meeting minutes. Although we will have a new secretary at the time, I'm assuming that Judy will have meeting minutes.
Forever and ever.
All right. Commissioner Hill?
We shouldn't need a legislative update by that time. So you can take it off.
Or move that. Any regulations coming from the legal team?
Not to add at this time.
And then that leaves us with sports wagering. Hold a spot for that, Crystal and Andrew, for the 29th of August.
Yes, please.
All right. Anything that needs to be done by the 29th of August will be coming up on the end of summer. I see Dr. Lightbound.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Could we please move the recognition of SOM from under review and have it on August 29th, please?
Absolutely. That works for me, commissioners. All right.
Thank you.
What kind of timing do you think that'll be, Dr. Lightbound?
Probably be about 10 minutes.
I always like to ask that question because these things fill up as we get closer to the meeting date. So, all right. All right. Anything else from the team? All right, we're going to move to under review. I'm going to hold keep compliance committee under review for Commissioner O'Brien. Commissioner Skinner, HCA compliance.
Keep that under review, please.
Will do. Chief Delaney, keep East of Broadway under review.
Yeah, nothing new to report on that as of right now.
Commissioner Hill, are we going to keep that DPH equity pillars under review?
Please.
And the procurement thresholds under review?
Yeah, let's keep that under review.
Got it.
Yeah.
The diversity audit, licensee diversity audit, Commissioner Skinner?
That was still under review. I had initially talked earlier about an August presentation date, but I'm thinking more like September, towards the end.
The weather's so good in September. Discussion of illegal markets, Commissioner Skinner, Councilor Grossman.
Yeah, we can keep that under review. Todd and I are meeting with the AG's office later in the week. So we have invited them to the discussion. Really, this meeting is to gauge, where they stand and hopefully get some guidance for us to move forward with a discussion among the commissioners.
Okay, and you'll be, I'm assuming you both will update us in public as you move forward.
Well, this is sort of just again a preliminary meeting just between the two of us, really, because we don't know where the AG's office stands at this point in time. So I think when I raised this item for discussion, I made clear that the Attorney General's office should be part of it. And so the goal is to invite the Attorney General's office to the discussion and not so much have the discussion outside of a public meeting, but really just to understand what their position is, where they stand on this topic.
I agree with that, Commissioner Skinner. I think statutorily they have to be part of this discussion. So that makes sense, and look forward to getting updated on that. Thank you for taking the initiative on that, Commissioner Skinner. The final license seal of approval design. Looking to see if Mills is on.
Yeah, Commissioner
Do you
should
want to
have
move that into a meeting?
Yeah, happy to. Commissioner should have had that in their inbox a couple weeks ago now. I can recirculate so folks can take another look at it, but ready to talk about that and get that finalized.
All right. We'll check with Commissioner O'Brien, Grace, to see if we can move that either to the 1st or the 15th, since it sounds like it's pretty ready to be decided. All right. The recognition of the standardbred owners, was that the item you moved, Dr. Lightbound? Okay. All right, so we went through the under review. We have, of course, removed stuff as we've added it to the agendas of these August and September meetings, or July and August meetings, excuse me. Anything to add to under review? Anything that we need to think about? Director Van der Linden.
We have two things. I would like to add the 2023 online panel survey.
Okay.
And that is with Dr. Volberg. And then the sports wagering kiosk report. If you recall, this was a study that was required in 23N. So we are very close to wrapping that up at this point.
So would that be, when you put that under review, would that be talking about the study, the results of the study?
Yeah, I think it's sharing the results of the study. Well, actually, it's a good question. It's a study where to be delivered to the legislature. If you want that to come to the commission to be presented publicly, it can be delivered to the legislature beforehand, or it can be delivered to the legislature after it comes to the commission. This is kind of an unusual research project.
So, commissioners, I think we would like to see it before it's sent over to the legislature, right? I'm looking at Commissioner Skinner, Commissioner Hill. Any reports that were due under 23N, we would like to take a look at them as a commission, right, before we send them to the legislature. I'm getting a yes from both of those, Mark. So let's figure out order of operations with Director Serpa and how we can do that and get our hands on it first, just to take a look at it.
Okay.
All right. Happy to add those to under review. Looking at Grace. All right. So anybody else have anything, commissioners? Manager Boschman.
I was just gonna say that while it's not necessarily mine, I do see Christian's hand up, and I know that he's bringing up something that's related to sports wagering. So,
good morning, Christian.
Good morning. Yeah, so I would like to bring up for under review the technical security control audit for 2024. And I do have a question regarding that. Will the commissioners like to have it presented in a public meeting or 2x2, the results from that report?
I am looking at legal to see if we have some direction on how we've done these in the past and how we should do them going in the future.
I'm not sure what that is, so I can't answer that question.
All right, so I will say this: we want to be compliant with the law, Christian. So that's my answer. However we move forward on it, I want to make sure that we're compliant in doing so. Happy to get the results of that audit and to look at it. Can you describe just briefly the audit? You know, the results of the audit, but what are you trying to convey to us?
Yeah, so this is the independent technical security audit. This is the 90-day audit is usually what we refer to it as. So this is done annually, and there is a piece in the regulation where it says that the commissioners would have to have reviewed the high severity items for remediation and making sure that the operators address those issues that are revealed in the report. Also, there is a part B to this question. Valley Bet, with them just launching, they do have a requirement to do the 90-day audit as well. So this can combine with that. We can combine all the other reports along with the Valley Bet audit as well. It all depends on the timing.
All right, so let's do this. The answer is yes, we will add both of those things to under review, right? Let's go high picture here. Happy, obviously legally need to be briefed on them. Happy to be briefed on them. I will leave it to Councilor Grossman's team and Executive Director Serpa to figure out how best for us to be updated and what dates those should be on, given your calendar.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Works for me. All right. Anything else to add? Commissioners, do we have any updates today? Any business that we've not discussed? Oh, Commissioner Hill. Do we have a motion to adjourn, Commissioner?
Move to adjourn.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Skinner. Commissioner Hill.
Aye.
Commissioner Skinner.
Aye.
And I vote yes. Everyone enjoy your Wednesday. Stay cool.